Season 3 of Chaos Theory is known for leaving us on a cliffhanger and with even more unanswered questions. Although Chaos Theory has not yet received a renewal announcement from Netflix, we are optimistic that a third season will be announced shortly. The follow-up to Camp Cretaceous, Jurassic World Chaos Theory, is a fantastic addition to the Jurassic World franchise, which was created by DreamWorks Animation Television and Amblin Entertainment. We've seen the NovoFlix for 7 seasons thus far, and based on how the second season concluded, we should see even more in the near future. Set 6 years after the events of Camp Cretaceous, the NovoFlix are well known throughout the world and are attempting to move on with their lives. Sadly, without Jenna Ortega's return. However, the other members of the NovoFlix are in serious danger as a result of Brooklyn's passing, and the dubious circumstances surrounding it. Season 3 of Chaos Theory is known for leaving us on a cliffhanger and with even more unanswered questions. Although Chaos Theory has not yet received a renewal announcement from Netflix, we are optimistic that a third season will be announced shortly. The follow-up to Camp Cretaceous, Jurassic World Chaos Theory, is a fantastic addition to the Jurassic World franchise, which was created by DreamWorks Animation Television and Amblin Entertainment. We've seen the NovoFlix for 7 seasons thus far, and based on how the second season concluded, we should see even more in the near future. Set 6 years after the events of Camp Cretaceous, the NovoFlix are well known throughout the world and are attempting to move on with their lives. Sadly, without Jenna Ortega's return. However, the other members of the NovoFlix are in serious danger as a result of Brooklyn's passing, and the dubious circumstances surrounding it. Has Jurassic World Chaos Theory been renewed for a third season? Netflix's official renewal status is pending as of October 17, 2024. Netflix has not yet disclosed whether Chaos Theory will return for a third season as of this writing. We would be surprised if the series wasn't revived, though, considering Camp Cretaceous past and the success of the Jurassic World film. Given how the plot of the second season concluded, we completely anticipate that Netflix will reveal Chaos Theory's renewal in the upcoming weeks or months. What happened in Season 2 of Jurassic World? Chaos Theory, NovoFlix in Senegal. The NovoFlix unexpectedly found themselves in Senegal after escaping the ship full of dinosaurs and surviving the storm. There, they encountered Aminata and Zaina Mbalos, rice farmers who were defended by a small herd of stegosauruses against a suchomimus. As for Ben, a post on Dark Jurassic informs him that Brooklyn is still alive. Brooklyn is alive. We finally get to see Brooklyn's pre-attack and post-attack events, including her rescue by Ronnie. Her dubious relationship with Kenji's father, Darius's unintentional disclosure of his true feelings for her, Brooklyn losing her arm to Atrociraptors, and her choice to remain dead in order to look into the DPW further. Additionally, Brooklyn has been working underground with Dinosaur Liberation Now, which is supported by Ernest, a trust fund youngster. The NovoFlix and Zaina go upriver to save Jebba the Gallimimus in the case of dinosaur eggs when they are stolen. In the meantime, Brooklyn persuades Ernest to pay for her international vacation, which includes a stop in Dubai. She sneaks into the broker's apartment there, which turns out to be Soyona Santos' penthouse, where she finds the Atrociraptor Red. Brooklyn barely made it out of Red alive, but Soyona was already a few steps ahead of her. Brooklyn gets in touch with Ben after fleeing Soyona and attempts to alert him of the group's peril. Later, though, Brooklyn comes back to the apartment and persuades Soyona to work for her so she can make money off of abusing dinosaurs. River Adventure in Dubai. Following their survival of carnivorous dinosaurs and wild animal attacks, the NovoFlix and Zaina ascend the river, but not before saving Yaz, who vanished following an attack by a suchomimus. They locate an underground complex with a breeding facility and an abandoned farm with 2 chained predators, but Kenji and Ben are separated from the others. An Atrociraptor that devours Captain Lang from the ship they previously stowed away on forces the party to shelter. Before they save Jebba from a blind baryonyx, Darius nearly perishes. The NovoFlix learn about Brooklyn. Kenji learns that Brooklyn is still alive through a two-way mirror and is disappointed that Ben knew but chose not to tell him. When Soyona and Brooklyn get to the facility, we find out that Soyona has facilities for cloning and creating new dinosaurs because of the demand for them. We soon find out that Brooklyn was in charge of rescuing the troop from the baryonyx, and that Soyona had sentenced Captain Lang to death. After failing to handle Soyona's threats, the facility's chief scientist, Sar, tries to use her in his experiment. Brooklyn intervenes to save her, and Sar flees. The others find out that Brooklyn is still alive through this, and they also mistakenly believe that Brooklyn is collaborating with Soyona. It turns out that Sar survived and tried to place the baryonyx on Soyona. Nevertheless, the baryonyx and Red the Atrociraptor converse and pursue Sar. On camera, Soyona and Brooklyn see Sar being devoured. Brooklyn turns her back on the NovoFlix. Zaina and the NovoFlix regroup in the meantime, but Soyona turns out the lights and abandons the baryonyx and Red to pursue them. Brooklyn protects her buddies by setting off the fire alarm. The gang is picked up by Zaina's father, Alcemain, while Kenji and Ben drive a different car to catch Sonoya and Brooklyn. The fact that Sonoya tells Brooklyn that she has teamed up with Biosyn further ties Chaos Theory to Jurassic World, Dominion. Knowing that Sonoya is observing and poses a threat to her friends, Kenji makes herself act aloof before boarding the plane. Even if she and the other members of the NovoFlix manage to catch up to Brooklyn, Brooklyn gives Kenji Bumpy's egg before giving Sonoya back the egg case. The jet carrying Brooklyn and Sonoya leave, leaving the NovoFlix to watch. What can you expect from Chaos Theory Season 3? Brooklyn meets Dodgson. We may see Brooklyn meet Dodgson for the first time, as Sonoya has stated that she is working with Biosyn, which we saw in Jurassic World, Dominion. This could also imply that Brooklyn might meet Dr. Ian Malcolm if the timeline is correct and we see the Biosyn sanctuary from Dominion. What is Brooklyn's plan? Soyona and her network of labs that clone dinosaurs and sell them to the highest bidder will be destroyed by Brooklyn. But in order to do so, Brooklyn requires official evidence that Soyona is responsible for the entire scheme. We know French intelligence knows about Soyona because of Dominion. One of the few antagonists in a Jurassic World film who survives is Soyona. This implies that Brooklyn and possibly the other NovoFlix could tell the story of Malta's occurrences. Does this imply that Brooklyn will defeat Soyona during the dinosaur epidemic in Malta? What will happen to the NovoFlix? While thrilled to hear that Brooklyn is still alive, the NovoFlix will be perplexed by her actions due to her coldness. If they go back to the United States, Ronnie would probably have to explain why Brooklyn did what she did and why she chose to hide her survival. They will do whatever it takes to get Brooklyn home safely because they know the NovoFlix. However, Brooklyn and Kenji will have to have a difficult talk about their future. Mother Bumpy. The NovoFlix will probably give Bumpy her egg back now that they have it, and hopefully, a new baby Ankylosaurus will be born. When could we see Jurassic World? Chaos Theory Season 3 on Netflix. Less than 5 months after the debut of the first season in May 2024, Chaos Theory Season 2 debuted on Netflix on October 17, 2024. Chaos Theory might return as early as March 2025 if the third season is released on a similar timeline. We are still awaiting additional Netflix updates. Do you want to watch Season 3 of Jurassic World? Chaos Theory on Netflix? Tell us in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.